on our way over to Lucinda to do a bit of fishing. All the cane, they're starting to harvest it now, but it's all gone to seed again, so just like it was when we got up here this time last year. Beautiful. Beautiful day. There's miles and miles of sugar cane. Chocker full of black snakes. And of course we've got to watch out for the little cane trains now. So they just zoom along. You've got to be careful you don't get run over. As far as you can see. Yeah, this stuff is quite tall. It's probably been in there, probably didn't get harvested last year. A lot of it got left in because it got too much rain. It was just way too wet. So there's some stuff in there that's quite large, but apparently the sugar content isn't as good because it's a bit old. But they're going to try and take it all this year anyway. But all this was underwater a few months ago. It's crazy. It's all a metre of water all through here. Couldn't even see just up here in the corner you couldn't see the road. The whole school was underwater. It was absolutely crazy. But it's all looking good now. Isn't it, baby?
Yep.
Right, well, hopefully we'll catch a fish. Here we are at my favourite fishing spot in Lucinda, under the jetty. There's Lali sitting there. You can get up in the shade when it gets too hot. And it's low tide because it's the only time you can fish this spot. Everybody's seen it a million times before because it's where I come most of the time to fish. There's a hitching brook over there. It's beautiful in the blue sky. It's a beautiful spot here. So we've got the rod in, the line in. Just waiting for one of those fish to get on the end of it. A couple of nice catamarans coming in. There's very nice boats. Another one out there. Haven't caught a fish yet, but nice boats. Be a few dollars worth, I reckon. Not enough breeze today, I don't think, for the sail, so they're all under the motor. Absolutely beautiful day. Haven't even got a bite yet, so it's not looking good. Usually in this spot they're either here or they're not. But anyway, catching one's a bonus. I just like being here. Brook, it's the biggest island in Australia. I think it's 35 kilometres long. It goes all the way from here to Cardwell. So it's quite an island. A couple other old fellas up there having a fish. But nobody's got anything yet. Very nice boats. It's quite a low tide. It's almost down to the bottom of the piers there. This whole area here fills up with water at high tide right up past where Lali's sitting right up onto the top of these rocks here. So you can imagine there's a fair bit of water. I think the tide's about a 3 metre difference today. So a fair bit of water moving in. But it's nearly almost on the bottom of low tide, so the water's almost stopped now, which is good. When the current's running you can't fish here. Your line literally ends up just up on the beach, just up from you. It comes in that hard. But, give you some idea, that jetty's 5.6 kilometres long. Goes right out there. They load up the big cane ships, well, the big ships, they get the sugar, not cane. It's already been processed by then. But anyway, we'll keep having a go. Hopefully our luck will change. Well, I had a monster and lost him in the rocks over there, so that doesn't count. And I caught one decent puffer fish, but as I'm not Japanese I don't eat them, so I threw him back. And that's pretty much the end of our fishing excursion for today. But I had a great afternoon. Maybe better luck next time. There's quite a few blokes along here now, so, and I don't go much on a lot of blokes, so I like fishing in the relative peace. So we're going to pack up and head off. But had a great day. And just thought we'd stop at Dungeness. It's another one of my favourite spots. It's quite a nice little spot. It's low tide, so all the sand's out. You get the crocs sitting over there on occasion. But there's some really flash boats get tied up here at times. And it's so different now. All these used to be trees all along here, but the cyclone smashed them all down, like that one laying down there. This park was really shady, and now it hasn't got half the trees in it that it used to have. But it's a beautiful spot. When we were here the other weekend, this whole car park was chocker full of boats, as it will be tomorrow. Hundreds of them. Everybody launches their boats from here because it's the only deep water launch around, so you can get a fair sized boat in there. It's not a bad spot down there, fishing off the little floating jetty there. It's a beautiful spot here. It's the Dungeness boat ramp. Seen many a blue here. Last weekend the boys were all arguing because people are trying to get in and try and get out, and all at the same time. But it's low tide, you can see the sand, there's heaps of it. The channel, you can hardly see the channel that goes between Hitchinbrook and the mainland. It's actually up through there. It's a cool little jetty. I don't mind fishing off there. Caught some bream, and the kids caught some bream there. It's not a bad spot. But a beautiful day. It's about 24 degrees. It's about 4:30 in the afternoon, so it's very nice. Alright, that concludes our little tour. Time to head home. It's a nice restaurant in there. The restaurant and motel here at Dungeness. It's a bizarre little spot. You come through the scrub, it looks like there's nothing, and then you come into this little piece of paradise. It's quite a bizarre thing. So I've seen boats lined up all the way out here. On school holidays and that, you just can't even move sideways, there's that many people here. But you get that up in the tropics, and because it's tourist season now, you don't get the tourists in the summer because it's too hot, but they flock here in winter time, which is the best time to be here because like it's middle of winter now and it's 24 degrees. So you know, it's not so bad. I just wanted to show you all this wood. There's only about half of it left. Mountains of wood there. That's from the cyclone, all the trees and that they knocked down, that the cyclone knocked down. And it just sits there because nobody up here has a fire. But I'm pretty sure a mountain of wood like that in Orange wouldn't last 4 minutes. Everybody would be knocking the wood off for their fire. That's a little Lucinda pub back in Lucinda. That's a good pub, been pissed there a few times. And they've got a pool table outside. which is pretty bizarre. So, little Lucinda, beautiful little town, and we're on our way home. So the boys that used to work up here with me, see the Geneleni Bridge is all finished, no stoplights anymore, straight across it. Was a real pain in the arse going to work every morning. Get caught on those lights coming home, you get caught on the lights, but she's all finished now. All very sweet, straight over. Part of this is, I used to call this the Screaming Road. You probably can't hear it on this, but when you're going over it, it really roars. It sounds like a train coming up those tracks. The first few times when we first moved here now. See, no, they were harvesting there earlier, but they're gone now, which is a bummer. I wanted to show you what the harvest is like. No, it wasn't. It was that one. That was the one they were doing when we come up.
He's on the other one.
Oh, was he? Oh, well, we missed him. But we'll endeavour to get some harvesting shots later on. Now this is something funny. They've just turned all this here into a housing estate. They should call it water view, because when the floods were here, all this was about a metre or so underwater. But they were still allowed to turn it into a little estate. So anyone with a bit of local knowledge ain't going to buy there, but I guess if you're out of town you might. But yeah, bizarre that the rules, like for there, you should have to have a house on stilts, a typical old Queenslander, which all houses up here should be. Like, I'm not kidding, the floodwater was a metre deep through here, and it's not an uncommon thing, so no way I'd buy a house there, but I'm sure they'll sell them to somebody. This is little Halifax. This place was fairly devastated in the cyclone. They've managed to fix a few of the houses, but down a bit further, still lots of houses with no roofs. Only about 3 out of 10 houses that were damaged are actually repaired. The government just isn't letting out the money. It's just ridiculous. They got $250 million in donations, and they've still got about 230 million of it in their bank. So it's just wrong. But that's how it is.